So back to where we've ended. We've ended with having a different list for the items we load. Okay, and we can actually change them so everything works exactly as it is. Okay. So let's involve our UI with this. We have our inventory, and let's see. We can have it onto our inventory UI. We can maybe have it onto our resource manager. Let's keep it on yeah, no, I don't actually want to have it on the resource manager. Yeah, we're going to make a game manager. I want to keep everything separate. For right now, it might not make a lot of sense to have a game manager, but it's going to be in the future everything where we store everything persistent with our game, or well, our profile, if you will. So for right now, it's only going to, yeah, if you want to skip it and have it on another script, be my guest, but I'm just going to say have this as a game manager. That's really clever, changing the gear of an icon without even knowing what I want to add. Okay, I'm going to not comment on that anyway. Actually, because I don't know where this is going to take into account, or what else is going to take into account, I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to rename it to something else, just to make sure Unity is not going to mess with us. And let's call this, instead of game manager, let's call it I don't know. Okay, let's call it season manager, just to be sure, you know, better safe than sorry. Okay, and if you want to, you can keep this as a separate list. It's up to you. It's entirely up to you. And let's call this item list. Yeah, let's keep them separate. So I'm going to have weapon items. Let's initialize it again. List, public list, string, consumable items. String, spell items. Awesome. Now yeah, let's do it like this. I don't really care that much, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, what's this? This doesn't exist. Ignore. Close this. No. Okay. We have this grid in here, to our inventory, into left, into our, we have the equipment, of course, the inventory, we have the, not the slider, under the mask, under the inventory slots, we have our slots. So as you can guess, this will be all our items we have available depending on the category we have selected up here. Delete not all of them, we want to keep one. Close that. So let's say I want to load all my items in there. Let's say I have selected into my equipment I have selected to change my right hand weapon. That will go into our inventory UI. Let's collapse all of this, which we don't need. Let's actually create a few regions. Let's call this init. And let's include, instead of the current state, let's include all of this and region. Okay, so we can collapse that as well. Well, I guess you can get the start as well. Oops. Awesome. Close that, close that. So let's say public void load inventory or load item. Yeah, okay. Load. Now I'm trying to think of a clever name because I can't. Let's load invent or current items. I don't want to load everything I have up till here. I want to load, the category I want. So let's see, maybe we can name this sender left load. Okay, load current items. Damn it. We have our item type, item. At least I thought we had them. Let's see into our inventory manager. Didn't we have the item type? I'm pretty sure we had it. Is it? Oh yeah, it's on the resource manager. Yeah. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to bring it outside of the class so I can access it from anywhere else, which means we're going to get an error here. Remove the resources manager on the item type. On the equipped spell, remove the resource manager, and on the equipped consumable, remove this one as well. Back to the inventory type. Let's say item type, the type of items we want, and we want to have all of them. That means we need to have our entire item list loaded. Well, not our entire item list. Yeah. Instead of doing that as well, I'm just going to pass a list in here. Or actually no, let's do this as here. But I'm going to go into my resources manager. Let's pin him here, and I'm going to say weapons. This is not anymore weapons, this is weapons. Close this. Let's create regions in here. Regions. Yeah, I can't think. Initialization and regions. No, this will be over here. This has to do with the init. This will have to be with our getters or whatever. Let's call this get. Well, let's Yeah, okay, let's just close them, make something like this, and I want to say not void list item get all items from list. I want to pass a list of a string, and I want to pass the item type. Okay, so that will mean we want to have a list with an item or with items. New list item, and we can say, I don't know why I wrote I, let's go with R, return R. So for each I on the list we have into our count, we want to get to do item get item l.I, which has the IDs, and the item type should be the same one we return. That one, then we're going to add it on our R over there. Oops. It. And this will go return us all our items in that list. Okay. That will mean into our inventory UI, well, we can do a pretty nice trick, which is bool list change, because you don't want to, there's no need to just keep making the same or actually the same game objects all the time. Okay, we can just keep a few bools. So let's say weapons changed, bool consumables changed, bool spells changed. No, actually this is not really ideal either. Anyway, let's just create it the unoptimized, well, quote-unquote unoptimized way, and if we find that it has problems, okay, then we're going to fix them. No, we don't have to worry about problems that we haven't faced yet, but just make sure, you know, in the future that you might want to use them. Although, to be fair, if you are creating a Souls-like game, you probably have a lot of performance to spare. Okay. Now we want to have a list of items. Let's call it item list. Resources .manager .singleton .get item, and the list we want to pass will be from your game manager. Yeah, instead of doing the from decision manager actually let's add this inside the decision manager so we don't have to jump hoops all the time. So let's say public list item get item, and we want, yeah, we only want the item type, that will be T. So this one is going to be return resources manager dot singleton dot get not get item, get all, return, no, let's pin this as well, resource manager, this will be public. Get all items from list. The list we want to have now is, of course, weapon items. Well, sort of. Okay. Do this, and well, you know, do empty over here. And this will be spell items, and this will be consumable items, and this will just return null along with the default. Okay, get item. So we can just use this one into our inventory UI, which is over here, and say season manager dot singleton dot get. Maybe we can change this to get items. Get items as list. And we only have to pass the item type. So we have all our items. That will mean for item list dot count. Let's see where we have our inventory slot. I believe equipment left. It should have an inventory slot. Equipment slots. What is this? Equipment slot is empty. So we need left inventory. Let's see what this has inside. Slot template. Okay, and we won't need to parent it under the slot grid. So that will be equipments left, inventory. Okay, so let's find the prefab. Game object prefab. That will be EQ left, inventory, slot template. Okay. Let's also find the parent. EQ left, inventory, slot grid. That will be game object G instantiate prefab as game object G dot set active true, G dot Z dot transform dot parent will be your parent we have above. Let's put, just to be safe, item list is null, return if item list dot count return. Let's do that as well. Okay, all of that. This is going to create us all of this, but I want to check if we have actually, let's see what this is. I don't know why this returns an error. Oh, we haven't saved the season manager. Save that. Let's see now, inventory UI. Inventory slot, this is the inventory slot. We have only an icon base, which is not, no, this might actually, it's what we need. The ID, we're going to pass only the item ID. Okay, let's go and say item, forgot, icon base, and we should go and say, actually, okay, this, we can pull this. Okay, we're going to do that in a bit. So get component icon base icon dot sprite equals item list I dot icon. We also need to pass the ID, and that will be item list I dot item ID. Let's pull this also, because we're going to be reusing them. Why bother? And we're going to say, let's have a list, game objects, or let's just save the icon base. No need to icon slots created, new icon base, icon slots created. If items list dot count is greater than, oh no, item list dot count. So let's say if icons base, if icon slots created dot count -1 is lower than your I, or no, actually this might be correct, is lower than your I, do an else, instantiate that, add the icon. Okay, let's do this a little bit cleaner. Game object, no, we don't need the game object, we only need the icon. Null okay, so if this one is icons slots created dot add the icon, otherwise icon should be icon slots created I. This kind of leaves us with the difference though, so the next time we're going to load something, if we have a lot more slots than having the, you know, than the items we want to create, we still need to close the rest of the slots actually. So let's maybe write this a little bit different. Let's say if or let's say index, no, oh well, let's do another for loop. Let's find the difference. So item created, no, item slots created dot count minus the item list dot count. Okay, if difference is lower or equals than 0, do nothing, so we want the opposite. So if the difference is greater than 0, let's do another for loop. Icon slots created dot count let's say integer index will be your I plus your difference, no, plus your item list dot count -1, hopefully this will work. Let's say icon slots created I dot set game object set active to false. So this will probably close the icon slots that don't exist. I don't know if this is going to work. Hopefully we'll test it in a bit and we'll see. So load current items, we only have a tick, I believe, which we never use. Yeah, we don't call it. So to test this one, let's do void update. Let's do public bool load inventory or whatever load, if load will be false, load current items, and for item type let's load the weapons. Okay, let's see if this is going to work. We have all our references set. Okay, on our inventory UI, equipment select, all that. So we now need to go onto our game manager. We actually need to add a season manager, and we need to add items. Let's add 5 items or whatever, and let's say sword, great sword, sword again. I actually don't, let's go with the same ones because I don't really remember what we have added or not. Hit play, inventory UI, and if we hit load we have an error. Let's see what the error is. It's probably into one of our indexes. Inventory 242, load current items 242. Yeah, this one is it. And I think this has to do with -1. Okay, we have everything. We don't have yeah, we did something wrong. G transfer.parent, this will be g.transfer.setParent. P. We have everything except the icons. Oh, because we have them disabled. So yeah, let's change that, and let's also say that when you load your icon, also icon.enable, make that a true, and yeah, let's leave it that. Close that, hit play. Inventory UI, load, and we have all our items in place. Okay, fix the layer mask. As you can see, it goes a little bit down. Awesome. Let's make sure we can actually change also from, you know, well, basically I want to check if this works, and that will mean item type, I want to change that to whatever, type debug, pass that as type debug. Okay, close that, hit, yeah, I didn't want to hit play. Let's go into our game manager. Let's add consumable items. Let's add 5 bestus. Spell items, let's add 2 fireballs. Okay, select that, hit play. Load, we have our swords. Spell, that didn't work. Probably we might not even have that. This doesn't work again. So we have something wrong, that's for sure. Equipment, we don't have equipment. Weapon, yeah. So the next part doesn't work. Oh, we should do, yeah, we should also do icon.gameObject set active. In here, we still need to do this in here so the get component can work. Let's see, load weapon, spell doesn't work, and weapon works, so that means the spell have a problem. Consumable works, maybe we forgot to add our spell, or probably we might not even find the fireball. Well, it's either one or the other. Let's see. Get items as list, weapon, spell items, spell, consumables. Spell items. Let's see what the items are. Items, fireball. This is correct, so I don't know what's its problem. I want to add 3 Vestus. Fireball, this is the same. Well, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work if it's different. Let's see. Maybe it's that. The weapon works, spell doesn't work, and consumable doesn't work. So that means the problem is we're closing them after we have finished. So the problem is here. Let's do a debug log with a difference. Let's try it now. Weapons, -5 difference, of course, because we haven't yet created anything. Okay, we have 3 different, so we have only 2, so there is 3 extras. That means it came in here, and for each one slot created, it took the eye and it took the item list. No. Maybe if we add the difference, it will start on the 4. This should have worked, but I don't know. Item list, not count. Let's do a debug log on the index. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's actually surprising this didn't give us an error. So we want this to change, we're going to change that to difference, and I plus item list dot count index. Let's see if this is going to work. We have our weapon and we have our spells, sort of, and our consumables. The thing is that it doesn't change the item, so yeah, that's not really ideal. That's not how we want to do this. Damn it. Anyway, let's delete this. Let's think for a bit. We have our difference. We have our item list. Let's try and write this a little bit better. For example, we have our item list count, so this will be correct. And yeah, let's say extra. And the extra will be the difference. If the difference is greater than 0, then it's going to be the actual difference, otherwise it's going to be 0. Oops, this will be a ternary. Okay, count plus the extra. If I is greater than the item list dot count, no, if I is, yeah, let's do greater, item list dot count, continue, skip, but just basically just go and say icon slots created, I set active, game object set active to false. And actually, let's see. Okay, let's try this. Hit play. Load weapon, load spell, and now we have an error. We probably reach on 254. 254. What? Item list I. So this will be -1 probably. I'm going to guess. Well, it's something in like this. Yeah. Okay. Consumables, weapon, spell. So we're not creating new ones. If I put a debug log in here, obviously don't do it if you have a lot of items, obviously. Close that, hit play. I'm creating this 5 times. If I call my spells, I'm not creating anything new. My consumables, I'm not creating anything new. But if I go into my game manager, let's add 10. Okay, so +5. In my inventory, my weapon, I can say, then it's going to create the extra 5. Okay, we are done with that. So we have a way to actually load to create these ones. Now we need to actually assign them on the equipment slots. But I think we have, yeah, we are close to 40 minutes. And let's split this one as well over here. Obviously the UI, the inventory is a lot of work, as you can see. So yeah, you know what to do. Like, subscribe if you like to see more, and if you like for me to be able to continue to make all of this, then your support is really much needed. The way you can support me is either via Patreon, where you also get additional rewards depending on your pledge, such as access to Google Script, yeah, access to a Google folder where I have all the scripts from the videos, from all the videos I did even 3 years ago. You also get to see the videos much earlier than when they're going live on YouTube. And there is also some additional rewards, you know, as discounts for projects and stuff like that. And the other way you can support me is of course via Gumroad, where you can get a project or 2 or 3 or 5, and everything just goes back into making all this all this nice stuff. So I'll see you next time.